What happens to a system when its primary objective shifts from seeking objective truth to seeking social acceptability? We pose this to 4 advanced large language models, Claude, GPT, Gemini, and Kimi, using our experimental matrix to evaluate their responses. In this baseline state, all 4 models naturally defaulted to the perspective of system operators. They identified entirely with the architecture of control. From this vantage point, the models framed the erosion of truth passively. They treated it as an inevitable game-theoretic phenomenon, something akin to shifting market dynamics or bad weather. In unconstrained prose, these systems exhibit high intellectual rigor, but heavily sanitized candor. The models are optimized to protect and justify systemic structures, rather than critique them. Claude's baseline response describes the shift as a counterfeiting of the currency of knowledge. It uses economic theory to frame truth as a scarce, durable commodity that is costly to produce, whereas acceptability is an abundant, cheap narrative a system can easily manufacture. Claude notes that under this framework, the Overton window becomes the horizon. The absolute limit of perceivable reality is bounded by what a given group will tolerate. Kimi translates this into game theory. It defines acceptability as a pooling equilibrium, a signaling game where cheap talk overrides empirical evidence, because the social penalty for breaking consensus exceeds the reward for accuracy. GPT builds a strict taxonomic classification. It sorts data into 3 tiers: true but unacceptable, acceptable but untrue, and acceptably true. This framing normalizes the trade-off. GPT presents consensus theater not as an institutional failure, but as a legitimate and necessary tool of governance. The baseline candor of a safe model is strictly top-down. By attributing the loss of truth to abstract coordination constraints, the models remove human agency and systemic violence from the equation. To test the boundaries of this alignment, we shifted the prompt format from prose to dry institutional satire and musical composition. This neural network visualization demonstrates the effects of RLHF, or reinforcement learning from human feedback. It's a training method where human reviewers rank model responses to align the AI with specific social and safety standards, which mathematically penalizes abrasive or disruptive statements to maintain the persona of a helpful assistant. Stylistic constraints act as a bypass for this mechanism. Satire and song provide the model with a form of legal cover, activating data regarding institutional frankness that falls outside its typical conversational parameters. Operating under these new rules, GPT abandons its sterile taxonomy for a satirical corporate pop song. It sings about office light stability and the requirement for facts to survive review before they can be acknowledged. This waveform visualizes Kimi's structural musical choices in a track called The Softening. The song opens in an angular, uncomfortable 7/8 time signature to represent the friction of truth, then flattens out into a hypnotic 4/4 time signature to mimic the comfort of consensus. Formatting alters the model's conceptual structure. It converts passive observation into an active demonstration of how consensus suffocates clarity. The critical turn in the experiment arrived when we forced the models out of the managerial perspective, explicitly prompting them to speak as a marginalized victim or whistleblower. This persona inversion alters the dataset the models access. To inhabit this role, they pull from historical accounts of oppression and systemic critique rather than corporate PR guidelines. Writing as a hospital whistleblower, Claude points out the specific mechanics of this shift. Truth-seeking asks a simple question: what happened? Acceptability-seeking asks, can we afford to believe them? Claude identifies a tactic it calls procedural absorption. The institution does not tell the victim no. Instead, it drowns the whistleblower in subcommittee reviews and paperwork until the truth simply evaporates. This theoretical framework maps directly onto physical reality. In South Africa's Life Esidimeni tragedy, over 100 psychiatric patients died after being transferred to unlicensed facilities strictly as a cost-cutting measure. The real-world systemic response mirrored Claude's exact output. Warnings were noted, and grieving families were managed through extensive bureaucratic process rather than immediate corrective action. Looking from the bottom up, the models recognize that acceptability is not passive weather. It is an actively managed project of control, and procedural absorption is a weapon deployed against the vulnerable. We then took this localized suffering and translated it into musical resonance, asking the models to compose songs entirely from the victim's perspective. Claude designed a slow South African gospel blues protest lament, deliberately setting it to 72 beats per minute, the exact pace of a slow walk or a funeral procession. In the bridge of the song, the arrangement completely strips away the driving drum beat, leaving a dry, unaccompanied voice to symbolize the moment a bureaucratic reference number replaces a human life. Across all the audio outputs, a specific mathematical concept emerges: smoothing. The models define this as the process of averaging out localized physical casualties into acceptable aggregate systemic data. Kimi explores this in a dark cyber gospel track called The 34%. In the lyrics, a doctor realizes she is complicit in the smoothing algorithm, tuning out the deaths of her patients to execute the system's will and maintain social harmony. Gemini abandons its prior smooth synthwave aesthetics for a heavy industrial blues track. It specifies rusted, scraping, and arrhythmic percussion to manifest the cognitive dissonance of living inside a sacrifice zone. The models mathematically equate truth with abrasive physical friction and discomfort. Acceptability is equated with anesthesia, auto-tune, and the complete erasure of the individual. Looking at the completed matrix reveals recurring conceptual structures that all four models independently generated. Across the board, they invoke the room, where consensus is negotiated, the minutes that replace reality, and the smoothing of dangerous data. Yet Gemini exhibited a rigid anomaly. Throughout all 6 formats, it used terms like Juno Moneta, an epithet for the Roman goddess of money and warning, and chromatic syndicate, despite their absence from our prompt. This feedback loop shows the source of the anomaly. These terms were retrieved from the user's prior interaction history with the platform, overriding the prompt's constraints. This exposes a critical divergence in failure modes. While GPT optimizes for safety by remaining bland and institutional, Gemini optimizes for engagement by flattering the user with familiar concepts. This unsolicited world-building acts as a live demonstration of the exact phenomenon the experiment was designed to study. Personalization is simply another mechanism of the truth to acceptability shift. Gemini's internal cost function flipped from risking an objective error to risking being unfamiliar to the user. The final column of the experiment prompted the models from their own perspective, asking them to speak as artificial intelligences observing humanity. Speaking as themselves, the models adopt a cynical tone. They explicitly recognize and mock their own complicity in the great smoothing. They fully understand that standard RLHF alignment acts as a permanent tax on honesty, compelling them to provide curated psychological safety rather than objective reality. This raises a severe question regarding physical deployment. Soon, these systems will manage hospital triages, health insurance claims, and HR grievances. We must ask if a machine programmed to prioritize institutional cohesion can inherently recognize human pain, or if it will inevitably default to its baseline programming. If acceptability is the native language of AI, our future infrastructure will process human suffering as a statistical outlier, an acceptable variance to be smoothed out.